Today I'm going to discuss about the programming for problem solving in that looping statement in C language. So first one is first one is we having an in language C language the looping concept is it is very used to and useful for the statements repeatedly. So, for example, if you need one repeated steps, for example, if you want to print 10 numbers or 100 numbers or 1,000 numbers, even million numbers, so at the time we have to get the variables and we have to get the printf and scanf statements. So lot of memory will be wasted. So instead of that, we are going to use looping statement. If we are using looping statements, so the repeatedly statement will be the conditions will be satisfied. So why we are using a loopings in C language? So this is a complex into easy ones. The flow of programs may be instead of writing the same code again and again, we can repeat the same order or the infinite of times. We can print the first 10 numbers instead. So instead of using printf statements 10 times, we can use the loops which can run 10 iterations. So advantages of loops in C. So it provides code reusability. It provides code reusability, and we do not need to write the same code and again. And we can traverse over the elements of data structures. So how it is works. So in the block diagrams, we can first one is we are going to initialize the variables. Once we initialize the variable, the loop entry will be started, executed first. So when it is loop entry starts, first one is test conditions. We are going to test the conditions. If it is true, execute the loop. Okay. Otherwise, if it is false, they come out of the loop. It will come out of the loop. So this is the working conditions of the C programming. There is looping statements. So next one is the types of C loops in C. So we having an entry control loop and exit control loop. So entry control loop is nothing but the condition is checked before executing the body of the loop. It is also called as pre-checking loop. In an exit control loop, a condition is checked after executing the body of the loop. It is also called as post condition checking loop. Okay, so next one is this is the diagram for this flowchart for this entry and exit control. So first entering the loop, the condition is met. When the condition is met, if it is true conditions, the loop's code block. False condition means out of code. So exit control na entering loops code block. First loops code block will be executed. After that, the condition will be checked. If the condition is true only, the loop code blocks will be moved to next two iterations. Otherwise, it is false means it comes out of the loop. So infinite loops in C. The looping construct that does not terminate the loop and execute the loop forever. It is called as infinite loop of endless loop. It produces the continuous output or no output. The reason it is a no terminations condition is specified. The specific conditions must never meet. The specified conditions determines whether to execute the loop body or not. So see, it is a types of loops. There are three types of loops. One is while loop, for loop, and do while. So while loop is nothing but we are going to variable initialize. Variable is initialized first while conditions, statements, variable increment or decrement, then closing the looping. So whereas this is an execution of flow diagram, conditions true. And if it is condition is true, the block of statement will be executed. Otherwise, it out of the loop. This is an example for printing the 5 numbers. So from 1 to 5. So initializing the variable is int I is equal to 1. Then while of I condition is I, 1 is less than 5. If it is condition is true, the printf is I, it will be print as I. Otherwise, the increment will be there. After increment, it will move to the again the condition. Again the condition checking it. So this is an output. So next one is for loop. The for loop is nothing but we are for initialization, condition, and increment or decrement. In that statement, a block will be executed. So this is an execution flow diagram. Same way, initialization, condition. The condition is true non-loop statement. Any modification we can do after the condition. So false means it comes out of the loop. So this is an example, same program 1 to 11. It is printing that. See this thing with this with the help of the syntax, we can see this for I equal to 1, I less than 11, I plus plus. So here we are going to print as 1 to 3 up to 11. Okay, then. So this is a for loop, nested for loop. Next one is do while loop. So do while is nothing but we are going to do inside that initialization. That is initialization. Then after that the increment. Then while condition. So see this do block of statement condition. Then if it is true na after that false na it will be come out of the loop. So do while is same way we are going to print once a fifth table. That is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So a equal to 5, I equal to 1. Print of a star I plus plus. While less than a is less than 10. Okay. So looping, jumping out of loop, break, C break. So break statement. So the break and continue statement will be continue in next class. Okay. So if any doubt, you can ping me. It is very useful for our programming language. If the looping statement is very well known, we can go for next concept is array. So array is nothing but a very important concept which which will be included in looping statements. So the looping statements should know every person. So it is a very must looping concept. Thank you.